enough. And yeah, I was thinking we might do exactly that. We might do the very first qualifying session just to see what it feels like, but then probably automate it because I think it's going to take a long time to do a mode that's not terribly interesting. The only advantage, there's two advantages to us doing the qualifying mode a little bit manually. First of all, we can do some, it mostly comes down to saving tires mostly. Because it's possible that the automated thing might burn through tires a little bit more. The other thing is, if you do get into the third qualifying session, which is probably beyond us right now at the current state, but if you do, just like in real F1, you actually have to start the race on the tires you did your best time with in Q2. And so later on, there might be a little bit more strategy over there, but for now, it's not much of a big deal. So driver-wise, we do have both drivers until the end of the year. We're hoping to be able to renew Chica at some point. We will see. We've got a paid driver. Both drivers have really good marketability, which is really nice. We don't have a reserve over here. Yeah, a reserve driver who's a paid driver with really high feedback might be useful. Maybe we'll be looking for that. I don't know. But the first priority is going to be replacing our entire staff over here. Our designers and our mechanics. I mean, our mechanics are at 4 stars. They're not the worst, actually. And the 20 pit stop is good. The 7 concentration sort of sucks because you're more prone to make mistakes over here. But, I mean, they're both virtually 4 stars. It's not so bad. But I would very much like a refresh on our designer. Because we have, I mean, we can get the double part thing here, which isn't bad, but probably we can get something a little bit better. So I was looking through the scouting over here at the various job roles. So designers here, I've gone and favorited a few people that might be a possibility, probably via a combination of a decent base score as well as some interesting traits. Actually, I don't think this driver has an interesting trait. I think they just had a really good score. But yeah, these traits here aren't too interesting with Kelly. What about Whitehouse? See, Whitehouse is interesting because she still has fantastic stats, right? Really good. Although 20 of that is in the rear wing, which doesn't matter for us because we've got a spec rear wing, which is unfortunate. But other than that, but the random legendary component is pretty cool. The -1 risk is interesting as well that one of the characters had, so you can slip in 1 illegal part. But remember, like, you're taking an illegal part because it's better than a normal part. But the known component takes up one of your part slots. So there's some situations where it's going to math out. If we burn a slot on a -1 risk and then choose an illegal part, it might work out better than taking 2 legit parts. It mostly would depend on what parts might be available at that given time. Race Jokes Bale coming into the Whiskey and Chocolate Fun. Hey, Quill! So now that I'm finally able to watch the stream again, one important question. What slogan do you get when you combine Star Wars and F1? May the downforce be with you! So I think Whitehouse is a possibility. Andrew Hawkins here. What you got? So again, they keep having that full, like, rear wing spec, which is kind of annoying. See, he's got the -1 risk level thing over here. I don't know why the tooltips don't always kick in. And he also has the ability to add a random grade component. So if there's not a good component, we can just use this to YOLO a great component and maybe get something kind of decent. So this might be a possibility. You know, kind of bad on the brakes, but good in other things, which isn't too shabby. I need to go to scouting. That was Andrew, so Moira Lynch over here. Yeah, they have that 20 rear wing. I don't get it. The flat plus 40% reliability is interesting. Means you can roll out the parts faster, but not necessarily huge. This has got the extra grade component, but for 10 extra days, you know what? I think I'm actually just gonna unfavorite Moira Lynch here. So what about Jim Harris? Again with the 20 rear wing. I like the engine. He's also got a random legendary component over here, which is interesting. So that might be a possibility. Who was that? Was that Andrew Hawkins? No, that was Jim Harris. Did we look at Andrew Hawkins? Yes, we did. Okay. So Harris, now let's take a look at Stockwell. See, Stockwell has no rear wing knowledge, which is fine, because again, it's a spec part currently. The 2 traits over here are not terribly interesting. It is like all 3 of the strong slicks, which is nice, although I don't like the minus reliability when you're doing things. So mostly we'd be looking at just his numbers. And I feel like really what we're looking for is someone who's got some interesting traits over here above anything else. I think that's where a lot of the power comes in. Random legendary component. So one of those, like one of the ones that with the random legendary component's not bad. So like Claire White and I don't remember if it was Kelly or Whitehouse. Yeah, I think it was Whitehouse over here. Yeah. So Whitehouse and White. Really? Whitehouse and White are both possible candidates for the good trade. Whitehouse would be pretty interesting, although her break contract is really high right now, so we probably don't want to look at that. What about Reginald Bristow over here? His contract is basically expiring. We could pick him up on the fairly cheap. I mean, that is a lot of performance. I will give you that, actually. And the minus 10 reliability isn't that bad. During the race, and this is generically, this is not just on certain tires. This is, you can guarantee this. This is basically like weight stripping, is what this is. Right? Can we name him Reginald Barkley? That would be really good. Lieutenant Broccoli? I kind of like this possibility here. How does he compare to our current designer? So our current designer does have a 20 in his engine, which is really good. Who is that? Becky Lastard! Uh-oh. Hey, Quill, why don't drivers eat a big meal before a race? Because they get indigestion. It's so bad. It's so bad. Right. So, okay. So he does have better engine, however, and he does have better rear wing, which we don't care about. So Reginald Bristow here is better in everything other than the engine. We would lose. So I do like the random great component. It comes in handy from time to time. And the double part thing is pretty cool as well. However, I think this great component's pretty good. And I feel like Reginald would be better. Let me open a note file here. Bristow. Bristow could be a possibility. And I forgot that we're looking at a single designer, not multiple mechanics. And he's also fairly cheap to pick up right now. Most of the others are pretty expensive. I mean, we could look a little bit lower. You're not apocalyptic to maybe break if you had a... Yeah, I'll skip on that. I mean, we're getting in lower and lower numbers over here. Still got the double part. I don't know. I kind of feeling Bristow. Maybe we can get him on a shorter contract, and then the people who are above here, when, you know, next year, when it's 2023, which is when their contract's ending, their break contract clause will be a lot lower. Maybe we can look into one of those. I propose we at least offer Bristow a job. Assuming he's willing. He's willing. No, there were no, hold on. Can I cancel? I think I can cancel out here, okay. If you take a look here and look at the all, so no, there's no one out of a job. You have to go, so if we sort by team, we can see the ones that are out of the job. There's a 3-star with a potential of 4. There's a just not even 2-star with a potential just over 4 that don't have jobs, but that's it. There's not a lot of unemployed people kicking around, unfortunately. So does anyone have any opposition to this one? I mean, he's certainly much cheaper. He's much cheaper than everyone who would be better, and he's still pretty... I think this is a pretty good trait. I do like the random legendary part. I like the doubling of parts. Those are really good. Although, remember with the doubling of parts, we're using up a slot to get 2 parts, which is great, but that's a slot that's not adding anything. He's not great at anything. And that's true. He's not stupendous at anything. But he's better than what we've currently got, right? There are better out there, but they'd be expensive. And this guy's at least better than what we've got. So I think he's the way to go here. Is he an upgrade? We did check. He is an upgrade. Like, again, we just looked at these numbers 2 seconds ago. He's worse on the engine, but better on absolutely everything else. He's not better on rear wing, but it doesn't matter because it's spec part. He's better on everything else. So let's see. So he's down by 5. He's down by 2. He's up by 7. He's up by 13. He's up by 24. He's got 24 more points over here. I mean, yeah, we can wait until the contract expires. Maybe it'll get renewed. Maybe it won't. But yeah, we can wait 1 month and then take a look at Bristow. Because right now, I guess we are, yeah, we're in December over here. We can wait until January 1st. This contract should expire, so we should hopefully save a little bit of money. So we will wait and see, but yeah. So we'll wait and then probably hire him. Now let's talk about mechanics. That's the other thing we need to discuss. In fact, maybe we should, tell you what, let's just advance time to January 1st regardless. Unless, hold on, let's just double check. Is there a out of contract mechanic we might want to snipe before they get hired? The answer is no. So let's advance until January 1st. Contracts will expire or kick forward and become a little bit cheaper to deal with. So we can do that. We are going to have to renew some pit crew stuff. I did hire one just before the stream here, who was going to be pretty good. Presumably this one at the bottom over here. You can see 20 tires, 20 rear jack, also 20 on the ERS, which is in here instead of the refueling slot. Oh, I was thinking we don't care about the refueling stat anymore because we're not doing refueling. But if the ERS, which is, I don't understand. What does the ERS do for us? None of these slots have an ERS. Oh, we were still looking at designers. My bad. Yeah, so mechanics. Let's double check. Are there any stupid good ones? Oh, right. That's right. There is one stupid good one that I had starred. There is Alec Barbosa here as a mechanic that we might want to hire right away. You can change ERS during the pit stop. Do you recharge ERS when pitting? I would not expect so, because that's not how it works in real life, but who knows? Yeah, this guy is stupid good, I agree. I don't see why we wouldn't hire him immediately on the spot. Wages are important to me. I feel like we're probably going to have to pay him quite a bit. He's lucky he's pretty patient. Medium contract. He's pretty patient. Hopefully we don't piss him off. There's no way we're getting any first places this season, so we can absolutely just, like, jam the maximum bonuses over here to please him. That's going to be okay. He has a relationship with our old driver. That's awesome. I think you can refuel ERS for some types. It's kind of refueling. Okay. You can recharge 25, 50, 75, low, medium, high risk. If there's a mistake, there's no ERS for the rest of the race. That's very interesting. Okay. I suspect he won't agree at this. Maybe I'll give him one more notch. I still don't think he'll agree, but hopefully it doesn't, like, obliterate his patience instantly. I think we're willing to pay a fair amount for this guy. What's the max we can do? Yeah, so we're 3 notches down from max. I would be shocked if we get him at here, and I would be like, I don't believe we could possibly get him cheaper. Go up a little more. You think maybe this? Two notches below max? Okay. I'm wondering about the sign-on fee. I'm thinking he's going to want quite a bit, actually. Let's offer him 1.2. Go back down one. Twitch chat! And yes, we'll check Whiskey and Chocolate in a second. He does have tons of patience. Alright, let's go... Okay, I'm going to go here. It wouldn't surprise me. It might just be enough. It wouldn't surprise me if he decides he wants a little bit more. I suspect the signing fee is going to be the bigger issue. So I'm going to send this one in. Chat is divided. So apparently we're right in the middle of where chat thinks we should be. So hopefully that's good enough. So we'll send that in because he doesn't have a contract currently. And what we'll do, again, we'll wait until January 1st, and then we'll recheck over here. In particular, I did go through and star a few possibilities. You can see there's a lot of possibilities here with the good scores, including a couple that are about to expire over here. In fact, we could pick up probably Juan Lopez. I mean, his break contract fee is only $82,000. Like, if we felt like we really had to snag him, and I do like this. I don't know how much is going to matter if we simulate the qualifying. I don't know if this is going to come into play. But holy crap, that's really good for quali. In particular, and there was another mechanic in this list that's in here that's got this, excuse me, plus something else that's good during the race. Oh, there, I didn't realize we can mouse over to see what it is. Removes the red zone from car condition. So it's nice that we have a trait we can actually use in quali, and then another trait we could use in the race. He's pretty good. His chemistry is low, so he's going to build up his level a little bit slower, but everything else is stupid good. Stupid good. Let's see here. So, I mean, if we take a look, so Dunbar here, he's got higher engine mode, lower impact condition, which is okay. Fast pit stops, reduce mistake chance is not bad. More importantly, he's got 20 everything. But we can't break his contract. Like, let's ignore these guys. They're too expensive. Barbosa here is the one we just sent in a request. Schaefer's fairly cheap. So he's not good at the reliability work. He's okay over here. He's got the qualifying bonus and then reduce fuel burn, which theoretically doesn't matter because we can't do refuel. Hold on. Do we have infinite fuel? Refueling is banned. How big of a fuel tank do we get? I assume it doesn't just remove the fuel mechanic. I assume we're still going to have to, like, work within things and figure out what engine modes we're going to go into. So this might still be useful. You have enough for fuel for 1 per lap. That's it? So no real engine modes? Fuel set to run out on the last map. You get equal to the number of laps. So basically, if you just run in yellow engine mode the whole time, you'll end the race with basically 0 fuel. So you could go a little harder, but then you'll have to pull back at other steps. Wow. The normal fuel map gains a little per lap. So this actually becomes very useful all of a sudden, because it probably means we can use a little bit of red or orange fuel mode throughout the race. So he could be really useful. His cost to break contract is fairly cheap, but we'll probably wait a month. Okay, so let's strongly consider seeing if we can pick up Schaefer when he gets released next month. So yeah, fuel economy mode is good, red mode for the win. But I mean, we might, like, it'll probably be a lot more orange mode than anything else. Well, we could approach, yeah, to see if he'd consider us, and he would. Yeah, let's give it a month and then see where he is. Because I think the AI tends to renew earlier. I think if he's at 1 month left, it's unlikely he'll be renewed. I don't know. Snipe him now? Some people want us to snipe him now. I mean, you know, when we've got this much of a budget, you know, 152,000 for someone who's like kind of god tier, let's approach him now. You know what? I agree. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. So wages are important. So, okay, if we go to the max, which is here, I'm going to go 1, 2, oh, he's really not patient. So this is 2 down from the max. Do we want to risk 3? We'll do this. I'll pay that. He wants a nice signing on fee. Here I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 from the max. Bonus size is important. Well, we'll just set a target of 1 and max that out. No, no lower. Hold on. Should we go? Okay. From the max, do we want to go down 2 clicks or 3 clicks? Let's say that instead of... a lot of people are saying no, go 3 down. No risk. I don't know if you're saying no, risk it, or don't take any risks. Most people want 2 clicks to reduce the risk over here. 1, 2. Now, for the signing on fee, I think I'll go down 3 notches. I mean, that's really goddamn expensive. Some people are saying 1. We're going to go 2 for this. I'm going to go 3 for the sign-on. 3 is still double his existing contract. I mean, that's true. But he's got the risk there. We're going to attempt this. If we don't get him, it's not the end of the world. There are other good picks, although we kind of like it. Top salary, 2 bonus. I'm going to go here. No, it's going to be okay. And we do still have some backups. Let's send that proposal. And the thing is, we might get a second chance anyway. So you can see here, being in a new league, our car is shit and our drivers are shit comparatively. Now, I'm not rushing out to replace the drivers because they still have a really high marketing, so we should be able to get a lot of sponsor money over there. And a good driver is not going to do much for us, even like with the car the way it is. Although we haven't actually designed the car yet, so that's going to be something. I don't want to overspend too much in the car, although we do have to make sure we don't come in dead last this league. That is going to be important. Yeah, our HQ. It's amazing because we have invested so much. Now, we do have 2 HQ buildings still about to finish here, so hopefully that'll help. The thing is, I could start another one. And what I'm wondering is what if we max out our scouting facility? It's not that expensive, and what this is going to do is this is going to unlock more non-hired drivers. So it'll give us a better opportunity to snipe some of those like fresh-faced, 20-year-old drivers, fresh out of the box, that have good skill, that haven't been hired yet. Wait for the car first. I think, here's the thing. I think I'm going to go for the scouting facility. It's not that expensive. We're going to seriously want this to be in place before this next season ends, because we are going to want to shop around for possible replacements. So I'm going to go and upgrade this one. We're not going to do anything else, which everything else would be more expensive, but we do that. I just realized I think I have the game volume muted. You can hardly tell because there's no background music, but there should have been a sound effect there. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to advance time until January 1st. Oops. Hit the microphone. Oh, wait, you don't need drivers at the moment? Well, we're going to want... The idea is we want... I mean, I could have waited a couple of months, but it still means I'm going to be building it this season regardless, so we may as well look into it now. And we'll have more information as quickly as possible. So, a bunch of people are being hired by other people, yada, 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 yada. Hopefully none of the people we're shopping for. We'll see. Car design unlocked. And we do have some sponsors available. Here, let's take a quick look at what the sponsors available are here for us. We do have 100% marketability right now. Well, I think that's pretty easy decision to go with Shimizu at 550,000 per race. It is a 14-race deal, but it's a 5-star deal. I mean, it's not like we're going to start getting any stronger than that. I mean, it's much better per race than this, and I mean, this is another really long deal anyway, and we're obviously not going down to Brutus Tire, so Shimizu is for sure where we're going to go for this deal. Done and done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. Now, it is time to design next year's car. So, we got another 11 million bucks added into the pot over here. And then the question becomes, how much do we spend on all the things?
It's whiskey and chocolate.
So, oh, whiskey and chocolate. Oh, I think I missed Cool Man earlier. I remember seeing your message in the chat about it. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Quill. So this is from Cool Man Chaos. Hey, Quill. Just got my dad birthday gift. It is whiskey called Glendronach the Highland, aged 8 years. It cost 400 Danish kroners. That's $63 US. I don't know if I've had Glendronach. Well, I hope you guys like it. I wish I were back in Scotland with the maximum the Scottish whiskey variety. Really gone through the entire, like, most of the options available here, at least unless I go into some sort of mail order thing. And the thing that's wonderful about whiskey is the variety in it. It's not that some whiskeys are just automatically better than others or anything like that. It's more like the variety makes it that much more interesting. But we also got another contribution from Race Jokes Bale, who says, what did one steering wheel say to the other? We have a race on our hands. So terrible. So terrible. Okay, so supercapacitors, small energy store with an incredibly fast charge time, also has good life when using power mode. Battery Errors is a large energy store, which works best as an all-rounder, average charging and discharge time in all situations. Flywheel has large energy store, it lasts longest when used in hybrid mode. No idea. No idea. They all cost $3 million. No clue. Sounds like that. So there's a short charge. It refills quickly. So it feels to me like with the supercapacitor, we probably have to spam the ERS quite a lot. Whereas this one is more, you put in hybrid mode and it just lasts a really long time. So there's less micromanagement. Supercapacitor does have a pretty good name. Although, who doesn't like to be a fly wheel? You know? I'm wondering that maybe we go in the middle for this first season so that we can try to get a feel for how we're going to use ERS in the first place. And that's true. There's an auto mode as well. Hybrid lasts longer and saves fuel. I don't know. Right. So we could probably burn a more aggressive. So this is probably less using our Urs as a boost to pass someone, and more maybe we can run more in like orange engine mode or something like that for overall greater speeds. I mean, you're right. If the thing is, we use the supercapacitor, we'll probably use the auto mode because I may not want to click a whole bunch. And when you use this, you lose less fuel, so you can underfuel, which would be nice, but we don't know how much we can underfuel by. Huh. Like 2 to 3 laps underfuel. So with the flywheel Urs and using it in hybrid mode, you think we can underfuel by 2 or 3 laps? That would be pretty substantial. Wait, what? Has this always been here? No. I don't think so. Huh. So here we can trade tire heating with overall improvability. Unique for the WMC. Wow. I don't know where we're going to want that. Okay, brake suppliers. Let's take a look at some of these other categories. We can come back to the Urs idea here. I mean, mostly we still kind of have to be fairly economical. Don't we? I do like this for the tire wear. You're right. Nice, says the 7 mil. I mean, I do like the most improved tire wear. Yeah, we got 53 million. It's gonna go fast. Maybe Carbulon here, which sounds like something out of Futurama. Drink Carbulon. Oh! Oh! This gives us different range available as well. Yeah, let's start with the engine. It is the biggest expense. You're right. I mean, maybe we go here for fuel efficiency. Sort of middle of the road. Good fuel efficiency. It is like lower improvability. Quintana's the way to go. And fuel supply. Like, if we middle of the road, like everything. Although I think I might go the one notch up over here. So we're talking about a $40 million expense. Might be a little richer than we would like. What if we go down one fuel notch over here? Yeah, that fuel efficiency is sick. Yeah, and you know what? Maybe it actually makes sense to to spend actually a little bit more in this first season where we're at most risk of being relegated. I think this is probably okay. And yeah, we can use the nose numbers to balance some of these out. Like, we can go max fuel efficiency or flip it around to much improved tire wear. The thing is, if we're going to run the flywheel, theoretically, we effectively get more fuel efficiency over there. And here we could just max out our tire wear, which to me might be important because this might allow us to skip a pit stop. Since we're not pitting for fuel, it's only for tires. And yeah, the part stuff doesn't carry over, but if we did work towards max improvability, we could carry over more numbers overall. Fuel efficiency isn't super useful. Well, it is, but so's tire wear. The engine plus stat, well, the raw stats carry over, yeah. Oh, the plus stats over here carry over. Right, yeah, because that's base number, which actually, I just realized, Quintano has the lower number over here. Although it's got great stuff everywhere else. Hmm. Best chance for points in season 1 is probably reliability. Well, that's true. Yeah, the Merceau is interesting because... Oh, it's actually more expensive. Ah, okay. So actually, the middle of the road in terms of cost is actually Merceau, even though it's not middle in this chart. It carries over more base stats, will help next year, and gives us more improvability on our parts. Or, I don't know if the improvability is just the engine or our parts as a whole, but it means we might be able to carry forward a much more powerful engine going forward. Cost to base stat ratio. Kind of in line, I would say. Yeah, the fuel efficiency is definitely less. I think I like the Quintano. I think I agree. I like it a lot. And then what we can do is we can do this to get like really crazy tire wear. And hopefully pursue our strategy of doing one pit stop less than everyone else. Rossini is good. I mean, we are adding, you know, more money to it. I mean, obviously they're super good. And in fact, Rossini might be so much better for the extra 6 million. I don't know. I'm going to go Quintano. We'll go with the 40,000. Let's lock it in. There's room that we can do over here. There's some room that we can tweak, but I think that's going to be fine. I mean, the tire heating is not as great as we want. Cheaper materials. It hurts our tire wear considerably, though. Well, we do need money to improve after this. That's true. So, as always, Twitch chat is mixed, but there we go. We'll do this. Okay, and then we'll do the paint job after it is done being developed. All right, car design, go. Contracts, we're getting some feedback over here. All right, Aaron, he's not pissed. It is still last chance. We would like him. He's neutral with the sign-on fee. So he is actually like pissed 2 notches down. I actually don't think I mind going to the max here. And presumably he might be okay with this. I mean, he's neutral over here. Hopefully he'll agree with this. We could go 1 more notch. And I'm sure he would agree. Offer the other guy first. This is a mechanic. The other one I think is a designer. So they're different. Max cost. See, that's what I'm tempting. Max cost, but keep the sign-on fee. I suspect he'll probably agree this way. Hopefully he does. But if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world. So we'll see if we can save 300k here. And again, don't worry about performance reliability, because this guy's a mechanic, the other one's a designer, right? I think we've only offered 1 mechanic. I mean, there is the mechanic we were hoping to hire next month, I think. Yeah, maybe we go 2.4. You know what? What's 300,000, right? All right, this guy over here. This was our designer. No, he's also a mechanic. Wait. Was it the designer we're waiting till January for? Okay, so this guy's decent at performance, crap at reliability. That's the problem. They are doubling up on the same thing. Here's the thing. We don't actually have to agree. If he says yes to it, we don't have to go for him. Now, this guy's better. Let's get this guy. And maybe not the other one. Although I'm happy that we offered him a little bit more. So he's definitely going to say yes, and then we can have him as a backup in case the other guy says no. Yeah, we can have 2 mechanics, and they're both good at pits, but I'd like to have one that's got better reliability score. Okay, this is Barbie, who we want. We want him more. He is better than Aaron Schaefer. So I'm going to sign him. Easy peasy. We are going to be looking first to replace... first, we're going to replace Jordan, because Jordan was our... well, not ow, but sorry for the sound. Jordan is our performance man, so we sort of want to replace that. Although, I guess they're pretty equivalent. I don't like that he's lower pit stops, but I guess it's fine. I mean, ultimately, we want to replace both of these. So, yeah. And he does, yeah, they're going to cost like 3 times more, 4 times more per race, but I think it's going to be required. So I'm going to sign Hugh and replace Jordan Bordeaux. Yes. Yeah, Jordan has both fuel traits. Now, the fuel efficiency one might have some value now, but the refueling speed one doesn't make a difference. So we're going to go with this. Okay, that's 1. So we're still waiting for January the 1st. Real quick, okay, race mechanics that we have favorited. Right, Schaefer is the one we're negotiating with right now. Oh, there's Jordan, who we just fired. We can uncheck him. Did they get renewed, the people we're looking at? I don't remember who we're looking at. I know we're looking at, like, White and White House, but then we realized they were still heavily there. Oh, it was Bristow. Ah, shit. Bristow did get renewed. I think I got confused in all that. We're like, oh, let's not wait. I thought, again, because I sent 2 offers in, I was sure one of them was the designer. I got confused. Bristow's the one we wanted as a designer. And we lost out on him. So let's just wait again until the 1st and see what happens. Well, I thought we weren't waiting. See, I sent in an offer, but we got mixed up between the designer and the mechanic. So this guy is willing to accept this deal now. The problem now is we don't have a good reliability person. That being said, I'm actually not sure how badly we need someone with insane reliability stats. Because, yeah, I mean, that helps improve our part reliability a little faster, but it's not the end of the world. Get Juan Lopez, he's the one. Was he a mechanic? Juan Lopez over here. He's employed. Are you just looking to make the pun? Juan, he's the one. Are you getting confused because this one's at a 0? Yeah, we want good mechanics because it turns out it's insanely important for the frickin' pit stops. He's the one for you. So people just want to make puns. I see. Suspicious about media reports. Thinking getting rid of me. What? No, dude. Not right now. I mean, maybe later. How much longer are you willing to wait? Ah, shit. He's not willing to wait until the 1st. Do we pick up Aaron Schaefer? Chat. No. Yes. No. Unlikely to do better. Risk it. Yes. Yes. No. You wonder why sometimes our gameplay is a little schizophrenic. That might be why. What if we try to ninja this dude? The high engine mode thing doesn't matter too much. But he's got insanely good stats. He wouldn't be the most expensive to break. Nuke Micronesia. What about Lucas? He's fine with an even split on his buyout clause, too. And he's nowhere near as expensive. He doesn't have a lot of patience. I'm going to bring it down 1 notch. Do this. bring this down. He's so much cheaper. Check it out. Oh, yeah. What is the second trait? Hold on a sec. Because I forget you can mouse over. Parts gets fixed twice as fast. Wah, wah. So none of his traits are good. His stats are insanely good, though. I think I like this guy. Do this. I'll bring it down one notch. Give him what he wants. Give him what he wants. Yeah, he has no patience. Although that still means we can do one fail thing. I'm going to bring him down 2 notches over here. So he's 1 notch down from the top for wages, 2 notch down for this. And let's ignore the other guy. And he's going to do great reliability work for us, which is going to make a big difference early on in the season. We might be able to ninja a couple points early on in the season when other people are having reliability problems, and that would make a huge difference for us. So he's pissed because we just screwed with him. That's one of our mechanics, who was fine. I mean, he had the good reliability, but that's okay. So we let him go. We do still need a lead designer. So the first is coming up now. Some contracts will advance in time, and we'll see what that does. Dude's going to retire. Right, one of our buildings was finished, which is great. We're going to bank our money now for improving parts, which is going to be fine. Let's take another look at their designer situation here. I mean, so Karina's relatively inexpensive. Maybe we just keep Jefton for the season. We haven't renewed the pit crew yet, no. Now, they renew based on a number of races, so we don't have to worry about it until the race. And I think they have 2 left. Well, he's got 11. 7. There, the Beza's got 2. So we don't have to worry about this until the races start. Our designer still has huge potential. That is true. Yeah, we got Beth, just the dummy contract here. We're waiting for Lucas to sign up. He might get better. Well, he doesn't have huge potential. He's going to be okay. He is good on the engine. Check Danielle, the designer. Danielle Swainpole over here. Really not impressive. Oh, yeah, with the renew, it doesn't cost anything except we might not want to renew everyone. That's the only question. So, we can go take a look now. But that's why I wasn't stressed about doing this right away. As long as we did it before the race, we were going to be fine. So mostly it comes down to, is there anyone here we wouldn't want to renew? We do have 3 people with a front jack of 20. But Faldcourt is often going to be on, like, he can be on tires. He can even do a backup rear jack. I mean, he can do everything over here. The only problem is he does have an 89 stamina, which isn't as high as we might like. There are a couple of people here. So these 2 with the 89 staminas, they are low enough in stamina that they have a chance of making mistakes. Cagliano here, I'm wondering if we don't renew Cagliano. He's got a 20 on the rear jack, but we've got a couple of different people who can do the rear jack while having much better stamina in the first place. Can still fire them after renewing, doesn't cost anything. I guess that's true. I guess we can just fire them when we need a space. All right. The pit crew mechanics, like in terms of how the game interacts with them, is really boring and crappy. Like, this one's really uninspiring. But, I mean, I guess the 910 tires is still a thing that we will enjoy. Without the need to do refueling, our pit crew allocation is going to be a lot simpler. Oh, I just hired Ramon over here. And you can see why. The mechanic who fixes mechanic needs a mechanic. Yeah. So yeah, we can just, like, here you go, you have a 20 tire. Here you go, we just need someone with a good repair. Well, maybe what we'll do then is we could put, for example, Falcour in here, because actually repairing on the first race is going to be important. And then we just find someone else who's got a decent tire. Hey, this one's got a 20 tire. And like, just like that, oh, Falcour does have the 0%, but, or the 0.1% with the fixing. Could we even get another? No, we can't get a 20 on the tire over there. Like, so it's a little simpler. Like, there's the auto manage here, and it would be great if it worked. It's so bad. It is so bad. And so remove fatigue crew does a little rotation, but it's like, it's garbage. And the thing is, it actually would be fairly easy to write a piece of code that works this out to give you the you could have it prioritize for pit time versus mistake chance or something like that. I don't know. We're apparently second best on the grid with our pit crew. Estimated pit time of 1.6. Eat your heart out, Red Bull. That would be pretty crazy if we did that. We got some Mexican chocolate from Banana Commando who says, why are race mechanics always unhappy? Because their jobs are in the pits. You know, the pits are so named because way back in the day, the places where they would work on the cars would be basically in a, like, just in a dirt field, and they would actually like, dig pits out so that the car could drive over and the mechanics could get into the pit underneath the car. You can get an achievement if your pit crew consists of only 20 stat guys for each position. Hold on. Can we shuffle some people around to make this happen? Okay, well, we only have 220 fixings. So we would have to put both people with 20 fixing on the fixing job. And then the question is, can we get a 20 tire? So the only 20 tires, so the 2 fixings over here. So no, we can't. This is as good as we can get on this one. Because 2 of our people with 20 tires, like we have 5 people who have got a 20 in the tires. So we need 4 of them to be on the tires. But the problem is 2 of those are the only ones with 20 fixing. So it's not actually possible for us to have 20 everywhere currently. But we'll be on the lookout for either a 20 tire or a 20 fixing for future races. Now, keep in mind, when we hire these guys, their stats go up a little bit based on our mechanic stats. So we didn't know that until literally, I think, the last stream. We're like, hold on a sec, some of these numbers changed. So that's something. Okay, we can advance. Contract proposal for a mechanic. Okay, not 100% there yet. So he wants the max over here. You know what? I'll give him the extra money. I'll give him an extra tick in both. I really want this guy on board. Did I have a 20 from the waiting list? No, because I don't have a 20 tire or a 20 mechanic over here. A homing pigeon. Am I missing something? So we need that. We need either someone with a 20 tire who's not being used, we put in there, or someone with a 20 mechanic that we can put in here, freeing up one of the 20s. The Rio Jackman has a 20 tire. R Jack. The rear Jackman has a 20 rear jack and a 14 tire. I believe you guys. I'm just really not seeing it. Okay, you misread. Okay. Contract offer accepted. Excellent. Let's sign you up. Bam. And you're going to replace Beth. Not Alex. You're replacing Beth. Confirmed. All right, we have 2 very strong mechanics. Very, very, very strong mechanics. Did my Twitch page just refresh itself for some reason? Or the chat cleared itself. That was weird. Okay. All right, couple of good hires. I think we're going to keep our designer for now. We did miss out on a chance to get a designer. Now, the thing is, he was better, but it wasn't like automatically heads and tails better. He was better, but not like, oh my god, this is our god tier designer for life or anything like that. He was going to be, we'll use him for a year and then look for someone even better than that. So I'm not crying about it. I'm going to do a save here because we've done a lot of little fiddly bits that I don't want to redo again if we get a crash for some reason. That would be tragically bad. Look at the match between driver and mech. Right, so that's a good question. Which mechanic do we want with which driver? Does it matter? Does it matter? I mean, in raw stats, not really so much. Qualifying sweet spot, car condition drops lower. Higher engine mode, parts fix faster. I don't think there's any traits that matter. I don't think these matter. Are there, like, personality traits that affect them? I don't think so. Oh yeah, the microphone is just... So I don't think there's a difference with the mechanics. If one has faster tires, you can give them the bulky, except they don't. But yeah, that's a good point, but they don't. Monty needs the engine blow-up guide. I mean, you might have a point there. Although we are not going to be redlining our engine the whole time because there's just not enough fuel going to be available in this race for that. Forecasting center is done as well. That is going to be really helpful. Press HQ. Visit. Which driver has better fuel? You might want the car. That's an interesting point. I don't think any driver has a better fuel trait. We usually thought of Monty as having a better fuel trait because her mechanic had that, but I don't know if they do. Our team marketability. This is actually fine. Team marketability should go up because we're going to meet, if not exceed, our objective of not losing all the things. On the other hand, driver morale doesn't matter too much. Maybe we should take the buffer. You know what? We'll take this. We'll take the extra buffer in team marketability. Although it wouldn't surprise me if this literally didn't do anything, because we're team marketability at 100. I don't know if it like saves it in the back or anything like that. So, and yeah, driver morale goes up pretty high as well. As long as they don't come in dead last, they're going to be pretty happy with their performance. Brake supplier breakthrough. Okay, these are usually really good. Okay, they're more expensive. I think they used to be $1 million for one. Now it's like $2.5 million for +1 tire heating stat. This will make our qualifying a lot better. And the +1, this is way better than usually your engine things, but a breakthrough, oh man. I think we'll go for it. Does Monty have a tool economy state? All right, we'll take a look. I don't recall. No, Monty. No, you're just thinking of her mechanic that had the fuel bonus. Scouting report. Right. Okay. So new drivers had actually been released at the start of the year, so I'm starting to scout them. But we don't have to respond to any of that right now. We're going to be okay. Actually, and yeah, we're working on the new scouting facility, which will reveal even more drivers that we can start to scoot. All right, livery edit. So I do kind of like the idea that had come in as a suggestion of if we do, like, we can try to do maybe a brown and amber for like a chocolate and whiskey kind of look. I'm worried that it might potentially literally look like poop. That's kind of chocolatey colors though. And then, I mean, it looks very 1970s to me, but it's kind of got a retro feel. Whiskey might be a little bit more, maybe a little more this way. Darker chocolate. Five's pretty cool too. The poop mobile. Black and red. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with I can add this to list so we can come back to it. Good. Ooh, I think that's this and black. Racing green for an after 8 vibe. We like this one better? I mean, it looks better. The other one had a theme idea we had going on. All right, that's pretty sick, I think, actually. I think I like this one. And then I think white for the sponsors looks pretty good. And I like the one slice of white over here, although this one sponsor here, so we need, I don't know if it's dark. Yeah, so there we go. So we can make this one actually be black so it shows up as a counter. Delivery pack? Yeah, I don't want to lose this, though. I don't remember. I think it might be like DLC packs. All right, we're going to go with this one. Most people seem to be pretty happy with it. Look at this wing. Is that what the wings looked like before? I feel like much bigger and boxier. Colors are better. We're going to go with this one. Done. The Poopmobile was pretty cool, too. All right, yeah. Driver stats coming in. Scouting facility done, which should, in fact, reveal yet more unscouted drivers. Yes, no? Oh, maybe they're not here yet. Oh, that's designers. That's why. Whee! Whee! There you go. Scout, 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 scout. And we're going to take a closer look at them at the end of the season, probably. So that's all our HQ building upgrades that we had queued up done. We're not going to do any more because our balance is getting a little bit on the tight side. Balky has the fuel trait? Oh, she does have a fuel trait. Okay. Well, that's right. She developed it. We'd had Monty with her mechanics having the fuel trait forever, and then Balky developed it like relatively late last season. Did she not? I think so. It'll give us the ability to do some fuel math later on in the race. We haven't developed new parts yet because we're still building the car, but that's going to happen now. Yeah, we know about 3-stage qualifying. That's fine. Preseason testing is a go. Let's see how it goes. Poopmobile would have left great skid marks. Boo, villain. Boo. Boo. Engine not delivering full power. Some mechanical problems there. No change there. So Monty coming in 13th in testing, but Balky having some engine problems in testing. Okay. Not last. You're right about that. We did spend like 40 million pounds designing this car. No Larson in this series, although Steinman will ruin us. All right, done, done, done. What is our target? So for my target, we are... Oh, he's predicting 8th. Really? Which, all right. Here's the thing. We'll get more money per race, which is going to be nice. If we don't meet this objective each race, we might lose team marketability, and the chairman might be a little upset. And there'll be some morale things, but I think Rhea earned contract extension. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go for this one. How's the car looking next to the competition now? I guess is the home screen that we get all these stats? Still pretty bad, but we can start developing parts now. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna start with the engine because our current designer, actually, this is the one thing he's really, really, really good at is the engine design. So we're gonna get ahead and get it started. Wanted to renew Chica but couldn't last episode. That's true. We could wait a little longer to do it, though. I don't know. I think we do keep Balky around. I mean, she is really good, right? I think we renew her. Yes? It's whiskey and chocolate. Ain't playing Ghost Hills. With the other color scheme, I would have scored number 1 and number 2. Oh. Oh. Yes, renew. Okay. All right. She's interested. Start negotiations. Status important. We're going to say equal status. Wages aren't very important to me. So right now, so we're going to go. How high can this go? Okay. Well, there you go. This is a slight promotion over what she had before. I think a long contract is fine. Have a number 1. Make her number 1. You think so? She doesn't care about bonus size. I'm still going to go and max these bonuses out, though, because, I mean, come on. Cheaper to wait until instant. I suppose, but I'm a little bit worried. This is fairly important, not very important. I think she's fine on equal status. She's not going to come in first, but you're right. She probably doesn't care about it. So we'll bring it down. Like, she says it's not very important. We want to get a free kind of green over here. She does have some patience, that's true. Tell you what. Offer a cut from last year. Yeah, and Monty is equal status. So if we have a number 1 and an equal driver, it doesn't really make any sense, right? Let's go with this. Also, you see, Leopard, when someone just says no in the chat, keeping in mind there can be, depending on your client, there could be anywhere from 10 to a minute of lag. I have no idea what you're saying no to. Yeah, we'll do the reliability work in a second as well. Yes, no, no. Fuck it. I'm hitting this button. Screw all you guys. Okay, engine is being designed. We need some reliability work. These 2 engines both have the same stat. What I'll do is I'll do reliability work on this one. Oh, race in 11 days. Oh, shit. Wow, this testing is so close to the start of the race. Oh, my God. How's the car design? Yeah, so the part's not even going to be done. So the front wing is fast to repair. It's the engine and the gearbox that takes the longest. I'm warning about just getting these guys up and then dealing with the fact that the others are probably going to be shit. Maybe we'll do this. The next track is tough on. So acceleration, front wing. So the top speed is useful, so it's not as crucial. So the acceleration and the front wing are the things that are going to decay the fastest. The wing repair isn't bad, although we used to get free wing repairs because we do it while refueling. Here we can do it while we're changing tires, but the tires are crazy. Maybe just one focus on one car. I mean, maybe. And yeah, we don't need the engine to be 100% because we're not going to be red moding it the whole time. Do the mechanics need to be switched? Oh, good point. Nope. Performance guy is 20. Reliability guy is 20. So we're on the correct side over here. We'll leave out the suspension. So here's the thing. It's going to be done 11 days after the race. So it's going to be halfway done to completion for the race. They're down a little over 40, so they're going to get about 20. So they'll be sitting around 80% on both, which is going to be more than enough to go through the race. I think we're going to be okay. We could all in on Balky's car. That is true. That might be better. I don't know. Just do one engine, one gearbox, one brake, one suspension. Because clearly 4 parts is going to be fine. 4 parts should get us to 80% on those parts. Oh yeah, and add parts to the performance for the natural. We can't do the spec part because you literally can't. We're developing the engine first. I think the last thing we might work on might be, I don't know, arbitrarily front wing. We'll throw a couple in there for some passive stuff. We might not need to go as crazy with the engines because it's not crucial. Maybe just bring it up to 70% and then pull it out. I might like that. Okay. I'm going to take out the engines. We'll want this a little higher just because it is a crucial part. I'm going to be comfortable with this at around 80. Let's throw in a little bit of brake work. And maybe a little suspension now too. Just get a few extra points in there. I think I'm going to be pleased with this. At 5 more days of work. I don't care about the front wing reliability because they are the fastest thing to repair. And something's going to have to get repaired somewhere along the way. Although I guess it's crucial. So like we actually might need a little bit more. You know what? Because as is, we might have to be replacing these things like every single pit stop, which would be pretty bad. Yeah, let's throw them back in. I still want the brakes though because of the long repair times. If they do break, I'd like to get them up to 70. They're not crucial, so I'm going to say 70 is going to be enough for them. Let's see what we can do. All right, headquarters work. That means we can't do anything else. We ain't got no money. There you go. Contract offered. Let's sign it up. Keep Balky around for 3 years now. I'm pleased with this. Okay. So we don't have to worry about installing any parts because we only have the 2 parts per, so they're already installed on all their cars. I suppose we could make sure that our better driver, who is Balky, has the more reliable parts, which is indeed the case, actually. She has all the most reliable parts. I think that's going to be fine. No sponsors. We are maxed out on sponsors. We're going to be replacing Gustavo Cruz soon. These are going to be really important to replace because they're all like, get first place kind of thing. Actually, this one's 10th or above. But anyway, so, yeah. Save before race. You're okay. Because we've done so much fiddling. I mean, we're not going to save scum, but if there is a weird crash, I don't want to have to redo this crap. That would be terrible. Terrible. Now, we are a little tight on time, and I think the race is going to be pretty intense. We are going to simulate the first qualifying. We are going to want to do at least one manual qualifying, but this one ain't the one because we're going to be a little tight on time. So we're going to take Gustavo Cruz here for 10th and above. Cross our fingers. Okay. Now, this is very interesting because we do have, first of all, 3 tire compounds to choose from, and we get to pick the number of tires that are going to be coming with us. So we can do soft, mediums, hard. Now, the mechanic is still the same as before. So the actual tire compound, the actual name of it, like soft in this case, for example, the name soft, all it affects is 2 things. 1, it determines what the cliff percentage is. And 2, it affects the temperatures that it is most comfortable at. The actual timings of the tire compounds doesn't have to do with their actual literal name. It simply is, at the track, there is a fastest, a middlest, and a slowest compound, and that's where all your timing math comes from. So there's always these dualities to choose from. It's a 28-lap race. Now, we don't know how long these tires will last. Oh, yeah, try auto pick and see what it suggests. Vastly different numbers for some reason. I don't know what it's basing these on. Monty does have a little bit more smoothness as a 20, although 16 is pretty good too. Maybe they figure that Monty can do 2 stints with the hards. You know, have a couple of softs for qualifying, and then either it's going to be like a 1 stop on, 2 hards, or maybe it's going to be medium hard or something like that. Auto equals random. That wouldn't surprise me. That seems to be how the pit crew stuff works out. Whereas Balky is maybe a little less likely to do one. I'm tempted to do this on the off chance that she might be able to do a one stop on a pair of hards as well. Need at least 3 softs, 1 practice, 2 for quality. I mean, that's certainly an idea, and I'm tempted to do something like this. I think we're going to do something like this. Yeah, 3-3-3 for Monty, so Shuffle Bear, and I think I agree with this, and I think we'll wait it a little bit more here with Balky. Because the thing is, I don't know if 3 hards are ever going to be needed, though. Like, I have a hard time imagining that this race ends up being 3 stints on hard. You know, if it is a 3 stint, it's more likely to be like hard, medium, or even hard, soft, or something like that. I think what we do is we bring it back. Maybe we do this. We have more softs for the actual qualifying, because that's what the AI is going to use. Yeah, well, we'll do something like this. I think this is going to be fine. We'll see how it goes. Part fitting, I'm okay with. 28 lap race. And go. Now, what we should take notes of... is how many laps these various tires are expected to get. I guess that's the one thing is, if we had 3 hards, we could practice on hards. How many laps we actually get this season on these tire compounds, so that we can figure out how many for next year, we will have a better idea of what to expect. Now, there are going to be a couple of different variants of things, and our car design might be slightly different as well. So, race 1, Monty, Balky. This is... Oh, shoot, I don't have it here. What version of the track it is. But... I don't know. I'll take some notes. We can actually, I can fill these in afterwards as well, just so we can keep going. But you see what I mean? Okay, so we'll grab you in there. So it was 28 laps, right? Hard soft. That's our stint. Or medium. We can do medium while pushing the mediums. In fact, Monty might be able to do a medium soft. Balky, no, not really. So I propose we practice on mediums. And then for the race, we go medium. And over here, Monty might be able to do medium soft, but we don't know. Again, we'll practice on medium. She might do medium for the race. Do medium and practice on medium and get more out of it. Exactly. That's what we're going to do. We're going to practice on medium. We're going to get as much medium knowledge as we can for the race. Perfect. And we are going to base our knowledge. We're going to go full race trim. We're going to dump quali, because especially if we're not doing it manually, we don't care what happens in quali. We're going to get full medium and race trim knowledge, and that's it. So we are on a very high downforce track over here. So we're going to crank the shit out of this. It is going to be fairly oversteery. I don't think it's going to be weighted towards top speed. That's hard to believe on this track. It's got barely any straights. I'm going to weight it towards the short end of acceleration over here. We might end up moving towards the right a little bit more, but we'll see. And it's probably going to be a little bit more towards oversteer as well. Out of curiosity, hold on. Let me do something like this and like that. Just one sec. Let me come back to it. Oh no, understeer. Understeer, oversteer. So it's actually probably going to be more in the middle. What? All right, let's just go. Take practice. Send out. You are doing race trim. And race trim. You practice with ERS. Apparently not. There's no ERS button that I'm seeing here. I like how we're actually getting the actual track delta over here. Like, expected fuel at the end, since we don't have a refueling window. That's actually really helpful. Yeah, we might be able to max the race and get a little quality trim. We're going to see what we can do. So we really don't have any idea where to go, but almost certainly it's going to be more downforce. Let me stiffen the handling and shorten the gear ratios. Let me go one more notch on the handling here. Everyone take a drink! Alright. So not too much more downforce, but some. Handling, we have no idea. We'll stiffen that up a fair bit, and we'll lengthen the speed balance a fair bit as well, actually. Let's try that. And we'll try to squeeze in the extra thing, even though I hate this aspect of the micro. I can't believe they don't, like, save it from whatever you had before. They save it in a race. When you come out of the pits, it's got whatever was there before. Yeah, it's a fairly long track. Okay. So many opponents on hard. Okay, let's give it, so the old downforce is there. We're going to give it a scooch more. Speed balance was okay, is now good. So I'm going to go even longer here with the speed balance. And what I'll do is I'll do something like that for the handling and see where that ends us up. Oh, we got excellent with Monty. That's good. So it was good. I think we're going to add in some more. Something like that. Handling was good, became poor. So do we actually want this super oversteery then? Just on the edge of this green. Bring the speed balance back to where it was. Seriously? You crush Jesper? This is our first practice for our first race in this new league. Speed balance seems to have gotten worse. Alright. Yeah, wow. No, completely F that up. Okay, so the downforce was great, became good. So we actually want to pull back a little on the downforce. If I just pull it back to somewhere like here, what does that do? Great. Great. I mean, it's definitely in the great range. We don't know where excellent is. It could actually be slightly to the right of these two, which is sort of where I'm thinking. I'm going to go slightly to the right of the previous great. We had great, still great, we're great over here. But yeah, the speed balance, okay, good. So okay, good, and then poor. So wait, wow. So the speed balance is actually maybe in here? Okay, if it's poor here, and it's poor here, and it's good in the middle, it must be right around here.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Yeah, and let's give it slightly less downforce. There you go, something like that. Maybe a little more. Someone said something like it's always like at 0.5 intervals, so it might end up being this. I don't know if that's true. We got whiskey and chocolate. Hey, Lingonberry. Quill just got bingo. Quill sneezes. Quill gets confused. Twitch chat is divided. Bingo. That's number wang. All right. Hopefully we hit the speed balance here. Okay, Monty's got some good ones over here. Double excellent. So handling-wise, yeah, it is true that it's right on the edge. Now, it needs a slightly more tweak, although will we... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak the tire pressure slightly. This way. We'll see if this is up at 98, maybe it goes to 96, maybe it's still 97, I don't know. But with Monty, we can pretty much just leave her out here because it's going to be hard to find any other edge. And just try to get that knowledge. Really, we want Balky to have the correct setup as soon as possible, because it's Balky that's got the best feedback of the two. So we're going to get a lot more knowledge if Balky ends up where we want her. Alright, speed balance is good. Okay, that's not bad. Purple, green, green. 95%. So we did get the downforce. Now, great handling was there and there. We're in the middle of the two. We don't really know where we want to be. That's our first grade for the speed balance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a little tire camber. Actually, that's not going to teach us anything new for the handling. I'm going to do two... it's going to be slight to the right of the other grate. That might teach us something. Although I suspect the speed balance... I don't know, might work. Or tell you what, let's bring it a little bit back with tire pressure. Let's try this. And I think we can actually just leave you out for max knowledge now. I didn't actually check the weather. I don't even remember the weather forecast for the entire weekend. Their tire temps are maxed out, which means we're not actually going to get more speed out of it. The Sunny's good. Is it still hotting up? I think it is. You know what? Let's bring you down to conserve for a sec here. We're going to bring them in kind of now. Oh, perfect. Perfect! Excellent. Okay. So now we can switch them over to some quality trim on soft tires. We got the 98% over here. I'm not going to worry about messing with anything else over here. We're going to quality trim for the rest of it. Burn in a set of softs. That's going to be okay. Go, go, go. On practice, max knowledge. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, other people will. So we did get the 98 over here. Excellent. I'm going to be fine with that. So same thing, quali for the max, and get on some softs, and maybe we can get a level of that. I don't even know if the AI actually uses it when we do full simulation, but we'll give them the maximum opportunity to try something. Weather forecast for Doha. Probably hot and sunny. Okay, fair enough. You're right. Probably not a lot of rain in the desert. I forgot where we were. Let's pull it back there, so because we're not going to gain any extra speed by when we're pushing the tires when they're super hot like that. Looks like we're not going to get any level of quality tech knowledge. Oh well. Yeah, the AI is going to burn all my softs, but which actually would be annoying on Monty because we're thinking we're going to go medium soft for her. That being said, if they don't make it out of Q3, which I don't sort of expect, then maybe it won't happen. Congratulations, you can have medium tire knowledge. And we're not going to mess with the setup. There's no weight trimming to do. And because we only have half an hour left, I'm going to simulate the session. If we make it all the way to Q3, we are forced to start the race that we did our best time on in Q2. I don't think that's going to be something that's going to happen with us. It looks like we are indeed not going to get out of Q1. It would be nice in the simulation to like put a reserve on some tires so that they don't use certain sets of tires. Looks like we're going to start 16th and 17th. Okay. Yeah, we might vote out this 3-tier qualifying and look to do a single session qualifying because that might be the best thing for us. Oh yeah, I don't care about the rest of the qualifying. Why would I watch that? Did we just instant this? Ugh. Not dead last. You're right. You are right. Now that means we're 9th in qualifying. We really have to get to 8th overall to achieve our overall goals and expectations. We got Hamilton in this league. Partanen is here as well. Martsen's in here because, of course, again, firing Martsen is the best thing we could have possibly done to Martsen. I really like the F1 quali as like watching the actual races, and we might do a little bit of this in here, but I don't know. We might, from a gameplay point of view and from a stream time point of view, I think that the 3-step quali is going to be too hard for us to fit 2 races in a session. It'll be a really awkward time. And yes, we are saving tires by not getting out from here. That is true. A bunch of people did their Q3 on mediums. If anything, you do your Q2 on mediums so you can start with them in the race or something. You know, that's the IRL thing. All right. Doha! 10th or above, we do get a sponsor bonus, which would be wonderful. So we're obviously going to go with those 2 trims and these 2 trims. We've got nothing else, but it's also ideal for what we're looking to do. We are going to start on mediums, and with Balky, it's going to be medium, so that's going to be fine. So yeah, it is exactly, it's 28 laps. We have 28 laps worth of fuel. We could underfuel, but I think rather than doing that, what we might do is hit a more aggressive engine mode instead and fiddle around with that. We don't have a lot of knowledge about how this is going to feel. So now with Monty should be able to, as long as she can do 16 laps on the medium and 12 on the softs, she's going to be okay. We don't know that for sure. I would like to do the softs first because at the start of the race, it's a lot closer together. It would be nice to maybe get that pass. On the other hand, her overtaking is quite poor. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start on the mediums, and then when she comes in for a pit, we're then going to switch over to the softs. Especially with the repairs, it's better, I think, for us to do a longer stint first, see what breaks, and then, you know, come in at that point or something like that. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on Balky's fuel consumption. She does have that perk. That's probably going to allow her to do a couple laps on orange, if nothing else, as a freebie, which is going to be nice. Driver strategy. It's hot as hell, so we're not even going to start on red tire. We're going to start on orange because the heat is still going to be a pain to manage. So we'll get more value out of going orange a little longer than red because we might even have to go conserve much faster than we want. Engine modes, tell you what, I'm going to start Balky on orange, since she does have a little bit of fuel conservation. Every F1 fan, a boring one-stopper on a track that looks boring. Could be worse, could be the Phoenix Oval. And yeah, low reliability, there might be more safety cars. And that means what we may have really wanted to... oh, these guys are locked. They have to start on those. That's interesting. We may have wanted to save more softs for, like, multiple safety car stops and things like that. It could be. All right. Oh, my God, that's right. Like, how? Are we doing a Le Mans start? No. It's a flying start. We're doing a flying start behind the safety car. Lame! How boring from a viewer point of view. They do that sometimes when there's rain in F1. They can do that, and it's, who wants this? Yeah, we could underfuel and do some more work with ERS. We're gonna see. We have no experience with these fuel modes. At all. And Balky's behind Monty. This is not race yet. This is getting to the front. Losing a little tire temp doing that. Okay. So presumably, as soon as we go back by the start-finish line, and this fills up, and away we go. Okay. So we've got our auto mode with our ERS. Tell you what, let's throw Monty on auto, and with Balky the power harvest. Balky, maybe we'll mess around with it manually and see how things feel. And no fuel consumption on the starting lap. Yeah, because usually, like, their tanks usually hold a little bit extra fuel. You can only use so much during the race. That's usually how it's limited. All right, Balky. So we've got 16th, 17th. We're staying there, although, wow, big overtake. Easy overtake, like we're sitting still. Now, what kind of mode are other people in? There's definitely some aggressive modes. Hang on. How are some people starting? Oh, these guys might have the capacitors. We're on flywheel. Very slow charge up. And yeah, hybrid's not an option. So flywheels start at 0%, because they, okay, build up during the race. Monty's actually got a little bit of fuel storage for some reason. Oh, right, because yellow uses a little bit less than advertised. And Balky's pushing. So she's currently got a negative delta, but it's not so bad. Although if she can't get by Monty, it might not be worth doing this right now. Maybe I'll go to medium for a sec. And actually, Monty might have a little bit of luck doing a bit of an overtake. Now, if we want to do mediums and into softs with Monty, we really can't push our mediums that much. Plus, it's so hot that these tires are going to heat up quite a little bit on yellow as well. It is interesting that we don't have to worry about fuel. I guess these guys have depleted their energy? Or no, they're using their energy. Ah! They're deploying. Stability Quill. Best chance is less pit stops and infighting in the top tier teams. Love me some staunch conservative driving. Alright, Monty. Push a little bit more. Nope, still lost the place. And you're going to lose this one as well. I mean, they're erzing up like crazy there. Looks like as long as we got 10%, we can deploy this. Yeah, but I don't know how we use, like, wait, what is hybrid mode? Is hybrid mode something that, like, is a regulation that's not in place? So we took the part that's best in hybrid mode, but we actually can't access hybrid mode? Is this a thing, maybe? Or hybrid mode is just your discharge mode? Is it? I guess maybe. Yeah, alright. So again, I'm going to leave Monty on auto here. Press it. All right. Although again, theoretically, Balky should be able to do better. You know what? Hold on. Let's drop you down here. Let's do this. We could use team orders. Go, go, go. Deploy power. Try to get past Monty with your superior overtake. Oh, wow. That burned through it, like, instantly. We already had a pit stop for the graph? Wow. Okay. Alright, I'm in team orders. Graph probably going to be the broken driver. Yeah, there seems to be one all the time. The advantage of the ERS. So, the advantage of our ERS is that it has a really large capacity with a large charge-up time, which means, I guess, overall you might not be able to use it as often for overtaking, but when you do, you save more fuel, was what we thought. Because we were hoping to just generally drive in a more, like, a higher engine mode while using this, but... Is it possible when it hits 100%, it goes into that hybrid mode? I don't know. Why are we this far behind? It's a brand new league, Obby Van Dam. We are the newest kids on the block in this league, and are therefore very unlikely to be able to score very high at the start here. How's our car condition? Not bad. Not bad. So all the people in the top tier, they were forced... So some of these pits may have been people who were actually in this top 10 from Quali 3. So they're forced to start on used softs, so that is going to hurt their race a lot. You can charge the battery during pit stops. So hold on. If I hit pit... Oh. Oh. Oh, and it doesn't take time. So, it seems to me like what we'd like to do is maybe go into pit with 0 charge, and then try to come out with like 25% charge thrown in. Missing the hybrid button must be a rule for the league. Okay, so we chose an ERS that would be awesome, except that the league rules... So we've screwed ourselves by taking the flywheel. Because one of the big advantages of the flywheel is a hybrid mode that's not currently available in the league. So that is incredibly disappointing. So we should have gone with battery or supercharger. That is incredibly disappointing. So tires are still very much hotting up. We're gonna have to do some conserve here, just to manage tire temps. Actually, Balky's right on someone's ass. Hold on a sec. Push, push, deploy. And we might follow up with Monty as well. Oh! Hang on. Push, push, auto, deploy. Follow the gap. No, okay. Go back to conserve. Your tires are getting way too hot. Whoa, Monty! Holy crap! Hold on. She's still got some room here to get further ahead. Oh my gosh! Monty team orders my ass. Raro. Wow. Wow. Did we get a raid? I'm seeing a lot of Aruma emotes in the chat. I'm distracted by the racing, though. All right. I think Monty's made a big statement there about what she thinks about team orders. No. You're fighting, but I can't really give you any more right now, unfortunately. Someone was saying that auto can select hybrid even if it's not selectable. Well, if that's true, then we should just leave the auto on. How many drivers get points? 10 top 10 drivers in this league get points. So again, it's the same as current F1 rules, which makes it a lot easier for us to keep track of. I think that was also the first league we started in, was the same format. Maybe it didn't start that way, but I think there might have been a vote almost right away to change it like that. And it was just the other league that was a little bit weird. Alright, I mean, Monty's still got a couple places to get into to meet our sponsor objective and earn points. But if we earn any points, that is going to be a huge result. Huge result. Which YouTube video started this season? This is literally the first video of this season. So, this is the start of this season. And it's the first video, the first race in this new league, period. Do we need another code deep dive to figure out errors? We might have to. I might have to do another code decompilation of the game to figure out how the ERS works. Lots of people on hard tires. But even then, look at the hard tires versus our medium. These guys on hard have exactly the same wear as us on medium. We've made up a lot of places already. This is actually not bad. Now, Balky is sort of fighting for her life here, but should be doing okay. I don't really want to put the tires up to a more aggressive mode because the temperature is, it's falling, but very slowly. Monty, we might want to go on conserve now just to make sure I don't forget and start overheating the tires. Drivers are doing well. The form's not, 4.9 over here is certainly not impressive. 7.3 is fine, but not crazy. We got some ERS challenge going on over here, but it might not lead to anything. We could counter. I could turn off the auto, and I could counter with my own ERS. Something like that. Balky's engine mode, you're right. She does have a little to spare here, especially right now while she is being passed. Ah, dang. Deploy ERS. Fight back, fight back, fight back, fight back. Yes, yes, yes. Get around the corner first. Good, 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 good. All right, we can leave you in this mode for a little bit longer. All right, the ERS means we really... There's not going to be one of those races, where we're like, okay, well, we're on the current strategy. Oh, shit. That's unfortunate. We're on our strategy, and it's just going to be this way until the end of the race, and there's nothing much we can do about it. I guess I could have given her a little bit more engine mode here. I might still be able to. Let me put you in neutral tire for a sec. There you go, to get back. But the ERS means we're kind of always going to have a little bit to do, especially when it's tight like this. stay in orange for now. That's going to be good. And yeah, Balky theoretically can orange more because she does have the fuel efficiency policy. How is her park condition? Fine. Like, surprisingly okay, actually. Of course, we're not going to be wearing our engines as much because we can't really red engine. I don't like that Monty's in such a tight race here. I can't really pull back. But I'm really worried about our tire temperature. But I don't want to pull back on this yet. Flores is doing what? Yellow-orange, now yellow-yellow. Okay, that might give us a bit of a breather. Come on, Monty. Hold on. Oh, this is going to be the tough corner right there. No, we're good. Okay, good, good, good. We got some more ERS usage. Monty was 12th for a while, down to 13th again. Although we're still hoping that, like, we're definitely going to be one-stopping this race. We're hoping more other people are going to be doing at least 2 stops. And that's going to be huge. Although, first place person, Sharp, has already stopped once. And they're in first. Now, the one thing that we're a little concerned about is the simultaneous pitting, which we want to avoid. Mediums, their cliff is at 5%. Although we'll enter the lowest performance band before that. Zoe Sharp is insanely good. Well, apparently. So what we can do is we can pit one person. And Monty's got to stay out longer. Monty's got to stay out. Again, we were hoping to do 16 laps on her mediums so that she can do the rest on softs. Pitting is not penalized on this race because it cuts part of the track. Well, you're right. It really does. This, having known that with this layout, we might have wanted to go with a more pit-centric configuration. I don't know. Yeah, no refuel, very fast pit stops. It's a good point. Maybe we should have... Well, what we could have done then, knowing that now, should make some notes. Hold on. Race 1. Pit stop cuts off part of the track. Very cheap pits. Consider like only bringing softs. Hards last for like for 80% of the race. Mediums about 50%. But yeah, if we had just brought like nothing but softs, I think, I'm not sure, but I think we might have been able to just 2-stop with just pure softs. I don't remember. Your drivers are using hybrid modes. It seems you're saving fuel. So how do you know we're using hybrid mode? Are you back behind Montero? Yeah, you are. The ERS charging in the pits while pits are so fast might also be a thing to do. That's true, and especially since the ERS charging is apparently free. Place a pit stop and look at the places you can get. If you don't change anything, you get a grasp how long the pit lane is. That's true. Okay, we are going to be pitting Balky first is the idea here. When you have pressed the lightning button, does it show us the hybrid mode? I mean, is the hybrid mode just whenever this is on? Yes, and yes, there's a chance ERS breaks if we do that, if we charge it in the pits, which would mean half a race without it. On the other hand, this flywheel is charging so freaking slow, like we barely get to use our ERS anyway. There should be 3 buttons. Okay. No, I don't think there's a hybrid mode. I think over here we've just got harvesting and we've got boost mode, and that's it. Right? Harvest, power, and that's it. Presumably there would be a third, which would be hybrid, which I'm betting with hybrid mode it doesn't really charge up. It sort of just is using it all the time. Now some people did say that if it's on auto, it might actually use a hybrid mode even if it's not available. I mean, theoretically, it's just sort of toggling on and off. It might be doing that. Okay, so Balky has just entered the lowest performance band. It is complaining about the wear. However, Balky's got to do 14 laps at least on the tires. Oh, we're getting temperature problems over here. Maybe that was the message I was seeing. No, I think Balky entered her lowest performance band as well. We'll just kill a little bit of temperature here. We need to make sure to do at least another lap here, which should be fine. Actually, we pit now. Sorry. Oh man, without the fuel notice, we don't actually get an accurate count of how many laps remaining, because this laps remaining now. On the fuel screen, what it does, it tells you how many laps will be remaining after you refuel. So presumably, if I hit the pit button now, by the time the pit stop happens and Balky leaves the pit, there should be 15 laps remaining. So that's why I was thinking we'd want to do 14 total laps here, because then it's exactly half and half the race on 2 sets of medium, which seems okay. And she just started this lap, yeah. So once she starts lap number 14, we will issue the pit command at that point. So then she'll do the full lap 14, pit, and then she'll start lap 15 with 14 laps remaining, which is going to be okay. Yeah, I think the flywheel, we are not going to use the flywheel tech next season unless the hybrid mode gets a vote, and I don't think we're going to pay for it. But yeah, we picked the wrong mode because I didn't realize hybrid had to be a specific rule that allowed itself to go. All right, we're passing by the pit entrance very shortly here. All right, since we just got past, I'll just go back to medium engine mode over here. There we go. All right, so we're crossing now. So we'll schedule a pit stop, slap on the fresh mediums. Park conditions are surprisingly okay, actually. We'll try to add a 25% charge, since it's free on time, low risk of fail. And our pit strategy, I mean, why wouldn't we just go safe? Because I think it does round. Maybe not. With hybrid and flywheel, you can underfuel like 10 laps. That's the whole point of flywheel. Amazing! Except it turns out we don't have our freaking hybrid mode. Yeah, we'll go safe here, I think. Shows fuel at pit stop in the top right. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. When you have the rule where you can refuel, on the refuel screen, it tells you after the pit stop how many actual laps are done. Because here it says 15 laps remaining, but after the pit stop, we're going to have 14 laps remaining of the race. This is how much fuel we're going to have remaining at the time. But we have to be, because this looks bad, right? Oh no, we're only going to have 14 laps worth of fuel after the pit stop, but there's 15 laps remaining. There's 15 laps now. After the pit stop, there'll be 14 laps. And that's what I'm complaining about, that we don't, as far as I know, we don't actually have a screen that confirms how many laps there will be after the pit stop. We'll just figure it out. It's this number minus 1. Edit your save file and flip the battery. We're just going to have to eat it, you guys. We're going to have a whole season of being on the wrong ERS. It's a learning experience. What we should do, though, is I should burn our ERS now in case it screws up in the pits. Because we can't use it for the rest of the race. You see the ERS of our way now? And someone might have said when we were building the car, oh, check to see if you can use hybrid, but I don't remember anything like that in the chat. And I suspect everyone just assumed, well, if the flywheel is there, it must not be giving you a garbage option, right? It must only be giving you this if you can actually get value out of the part. Apparently not. Oof. And with my driving style, the idea of this hybrid plus flywheel is so perfectly simpatico with how I like to play the game. Unfortunately, it's really chat's. I'm just saying, like, it surprised everyone. It caught everyone off guard. You're going to come out in this configuration. And we are going to plan on Monty's pit now. So, 14... Oh, no. Yeah, so 14. So there's effectively 13 laps remaining. She really would have to do one more lap on the mediums to be able to finish on softs. She's definitely the lowest performance band. She's not going to hit the cliff yet. I actually don't know what would be faster. Sucking up one more lap on the mediums and then doing softs, or pitting now and switching to another set of mediums. Our plan was to try to do medium soft, so that's what we're going to do. Go back on the fuel a little bit. She got more charge. Good. Be fixing it. Nope, we're gonna be sticking with it. I mean, we didn't waste more money. It was $3 million for any of the ERS solutions. We had to pick one. It was exactly the same amount of cash there. It is unfortunate that we have a reduced performance. You're right. We do have level 3 medium. You know what? You're right. Let's just medium. In which case, maybe you could put it in different order. I don't know. This is fine. We'll try to give her a little bit of charge. We'll go safe over here. But you're right. We do have all the medium boost, so let's do that. We'll pit now. We'll do that. Thing's going to be fine. We'll burn the reserve off here in case we break the ERS. We got our free charge. Good. I mean, there's sub 2-second pits. Personal best lap. 17 and 18th will have us finishing 9th overall. But we're done our pits and other people are not. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. A little bit excess fuel here, a little bit excess fuel here. Valky can run an orange fairly comfortably. We'll probably do a little orange with Monty, but not right now, because that's less than a lap worth of orange engine mode. Tires got to go back down to neutral, because even on neutral, the heat's going to go up. So we want to stretch it out as much as possible. Weather, of course, is going to be fine. We were going soft. Chat pointed out the fact, first of all, it was going to be very difficult. We were going to have to do a lap on very used mediums to have a shot at softs, and even then our softs might have finished pretty degraded. And chat reminded me, we do have the level 3 medium knowledge, so why not just go to another medium stim? Okay, yeah, fine. I guess I don't need to use the auto mode here because it's so non-twitchy. I don't want to get passed over here. So yeah, so I don't think we have any fuel save mode is the whole thing. All we've got is the boost, which charges so very slowly for us. Now, presumably it's a deeper boost. When we burn it, it goes a little bit longer than maybe some of the others. We just use it less frequently. That's the hope. Hopefully, the thing is that, like, it charges slower, but we also have more, but that might not be the case. Like, for us to, when we hit the boost button, let's say we're at 100%, to go from 100% to 0, for all we know, takes exactly the same amount of time for us as someone with a supercapacitor, and a supercapacitor charges a lot faster. That would be terrible. If it's exactly the same, but the difference with the flywheel is we can use the hybrid mode to better efficiency, that's really disappointing. On the other hand, then the question becomes, what's the difference between the supercapacitor and the battery? One has to assume we do hold a bigger charge. Therefore, from 100% to 0 works longer for us. Maybe not as long relative to the, maybe it lasts twice as long, but takes 4 times as long to charge, so it's still a net loss. But hopefully, it's not just absolute garbage compared to the other modes. Yeah, we can change the rule for ERS as well, but that's not going to help us in this league. If we pass the vote now, it's only going to take place next one. Let's go back to medium here, make sure we've got a little bit. Some people are starting to pit for some repairs, and we might see some of the conditions go down. That front wing especially might start to see a little something. And that's the thing, if Monty's parts were worse, we probably would have gone soft and planned for a soft. Her suspension's getting a little bit low, but the RNG could certainly make it. It'll really depend on the die rolls. But we could easily finish without replacing our parts again. try to counter that and stay ahead. Maybe. On the inside corner. Then we're going to be on the outside. No, we did lose the place. Oh shit, that was Balky. I was looking at the wrong car. I assumed that was Monty. That's unfortunate. Although we didn't have much of a charge. I'm not sure we could have defended with a charge here anyway. And that's mostly what we're going to use our charge for, defensively when someone's trying to overtake. Or offensively to try to get an overtake in there. Now, Balky is like holding up here. We're going to fuel up a little bit. Tire temps are getting a little higher, but I think that'll be okay for now. And then we can go and give her an engine mode and an ERS boost. Just closing in a little. Well, someone is coming from behind as well here. Yeah, she had barely any charge. She probably wouldn't have been able to defend there anyway. And at least now she can maybe use the charge to defend against, who is this? Piaget. I have to manage the tire temps here. DeGraff is cheating his way. He's got a built-in generator. A Van de Graaff generator. Lucy Lavoie, who I think is Canadian, if I remember from one of the other screens. I don't know if we're going to hit this sponsor objective. Although right now, we would be meeting our overall goal for race finishing, which would be good. Because collectively as a team, I think it would credit us with above 8th place, depending on exactly how the breakdown and split between the other teams are. Oh, all right. Suspension is getting awfully low for Monty. That is true. Have to keep an eye on those parts. Front wing's getting a little low on Balky as well, although 7 laps remaining. That's a little annoying. Oh, but she takes it back. Let's have her deploy her ERS here. Not too bad. Fuel situation's okay on both. Tires are warm, but not too hot on both. Balky's definitely being threatened by 16th place over here. She doesn't have a ton of excess fuel left. We may have to deploy the ERS. Might have been a little late on that. Yeah, she didn't have much of a charge. Oh! Nope, the extra speed did carry around that corner. Is she going to give up the spot again? Maybe. I can't really do anything with her tire mode, engine mode. 16th place is deploying their ERS, although they fell behind a little first. They are building up some speed now, though. And they might be able to cut inside. Nope. Well defended by Balky. Is going to have to give it up here. But it was a good round of defense, actually. I think I'm going to go and bring her tires down a notch because they're getting real hot now. Real hot. Sharp spinning for repairs. That's good. She needed new... and then there's Kujovic over here, also pitting for repairs. Desperately need new tires as well. I think Sharp already came out. Back out first, too. Cut the corner. This pit stop is actually insane. Yeah. Lots of knowledge developed on this race over here. Clearly with this race, we're going to want to go full soft strategy. Lots of pit stops is fine because this pit is insane. This pit stop is insane how much of a corner it cuts. Fuel is at 0 here. Go to medium for now. Balky's all the way down 17th now, though. We're still good on Monty's fuel. Tire temps are okay on both, although they're still going to be climbing slightly on Monty. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Monty's... I'm really hoping... If we can avoid pitting for Monty's suspension, I'm going to be really, really, really happy. Really, really, really happy. As far as I know, the engine modes only affect engine condition and nothing else. Although our engine condition's getting a little low, but we're close enough to the end of the race. I'm sure she won't catch fire again. Meanwhile, over here... Okay, let's give you these two. And give you a burst of burst, because you are right on their ass. You don't have a lot of ERS in there, but was it enough? No. Balcazar doing a mare compared to Montero. A mare? Like having a nightmare of a day? I don't know that expression. A mare? Is it a Britishism? Monty, we're going to help you defend with this. Nicely done. Although we're going to have to pull back on your tire mode and fuel mode real soon here. Only use ERS on the straights, otherwise not getting the best out of power. Well, see, that's interesting, because in actual F1, a big part of what the ERS systems do, the hybrid systems do, is give you a lot more acceleration out of corners. But you're saying here in Motorsport Manager, and they do give you high speed, obviously, but because of the drag, right? And drag is like, you know, it's like squared rule or whatever. Because of drag, the biggest value you get out of your acceleration kick is at low speeds coming out of the corner to achieve... Like, you can get your high speed a little higher in real life with the engine boost, but the biggest thing is achieving your max speed faster is the biggest thing. But if you're saying in the game, and I mean, maybe you don't know, maybe you're just assuming, that it's best on the straights, well, we don't have enough juice over here to really put a challenge for. We can go and put those back in, though. Maybe in the game it's better on the straights. Are there two Beckers? Holy shit, there is! Becker and Becker. They should use a first initial. Third or fourth power, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, not into corners. Out of corners, into straights. Yeah. Alright, we'll see. We'll see if we can generate some moves at near the end here. Okay, you're pitting. Where are we? Right over here. We got that. I mean, we don't have much of this, but we do have some. Okay, right here. Come out of the corner, into a baby little corner, in some baby straights. Just to fend off the person in 15th place over here. Pull back on the fuel mode over here. Alright, hopefully you can finish the race. Unsure about the tire temps. Oh, mechanical problems. That's not pitting, though. That's just experiencing mechanical problems. And really, we're going to really have some of those messages soon. We're not on the red zone on anything, though, which is kind of surprising. So we're definitely not going to be pitting for mechanical problems. 13th place, they're pitting. Hello. Hello. Drag is proportional to square velocity. It's been a long time since I've done any physics, so hopefully you guys can work it out. And the problem is we don't know actually how it works in the game at all. The game doesn't actually simulate like speeds or anything like that. What it does is the game knows the optimal lap time around a track, and everything just gives you a penalty for that lapping time. I'd really like to see... Okay, let's pull back a little here. Hopefully we can just stay behind them. Get a little bit of temp space, a little fuel space. We are in the final lap. Valky's mostly just defending against anything more than anything else. We might be able to make a move with Monty here. It's actually not our final lap. It's the first place person's final lap. Monty's going to get through. Balky's going to get through as well. We're not being lapped. No, okay. So they each have one more lap to go. I think, well, we'll have to manage the engine mode a little bit. I think the tires are fine here. Oh, they just ersed. So there's probably not much we can do on either one of them. Yeah, no. And we'll wait for the very final straight. Yeah, we're gonna use Balky's as well. But there's no one near her. So there's going to be this last sort of hairpin over here and a chicane, and that's when it's going to be go time. Go for you. I don't think there's going to be anything. Balky's mostly going to be able to use it to defend over here, which is going to be good. And go. Yeah, Balky, I'm pretty disappointed by you. Honestly, I don't know why it went so badly for you. If anything, you should be better than... since you're both on a one-stop, Balky should have crushed Monty. Monty's strength is that she can do one-stops. Yeah, we might only be 9th overall. Yeah, we're pretty good in the fuel. We had a little bit left over, maybe, but, I mean, not really. I mean, less than 0.1. That's not too shabby. Surprisingly few mechanical problems for us, including other drivers. No crashes, no safety cars to shake things up. Didn't meet the sponsor objectives. 14th and 17th overall. Off target for the sponsor. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, 9th overall. So, disappointing outcome for the first one. We took 8th for our goal. Came out ahead of Maritzyn's and Ruiz's team. Oh, yeah? Hopefully score some points when it rains. All right, we've got a part unlocked over here to help with the qualifying. I don't remember. I think both our mechanics have this, don't they? Maybe not. At least, I mean, we're still getting our stats on Rhea. In fact, Chica's still developing some stats, which should be interesting. I don't know if she'll be able to get anything up to the next level, but it's possible. I mean, her feedback's accelerating enough, it might get to 20. We might get a 19 adaptability as well, which wouldn't be too shabby. Yeah, so our marketability went down a little bit because we didn't achieve 8th overall. And now that it has been one race, we will in fact ask the chairman for money. I agree. You can't do it until you've done your first race. Could have been better, but hey, not 20th and 19th. Absolutely. I'm actually, originally I was sort of expecting that. When they told me that, like, they expect us to come in 8th, I was like, ooh, we're going to have rain in Japan. Interesting. All right, get the money. Lose chairman happiness, which makes it that much more important that we actually start to come out ahead in some of these races if we can. Interview. Yeah, who wouldn't want them on our team? I don't know. Makes them more likely to talk to us, but I don't know if I care about that. Pit crew review, and we did get the new engine. I think I'm immediately going to design the next engine. Top speed. We can do this, or we could do the random grade. Nice thing about this is it is free and doesn't add time. We don't know what we're going to get. Oh, I don't know if that increases our knowledge. If we do this and we design another engine after this, do we get access to the great parts? I mean, we must, right? It can't be illegal, apparently. You do get the part, but it could be something that's not terribly useful. But yeah, we'll go ahead and YOLO it. You can even use this to increase your knowledge without having the right building. Ah. Cool. Yeah, because you can always use these even if you don't have the building to unlock stuff, which is nice. Problem is this, the no condition loss on first rate. So we'll save a few bucks by going that way. Right, we'll have to cycle the pit crew and do this. Sponsors, yeah, we'll advance. We want to see what the sponsors are. So let's let the car repairers get finished, and we can improve parts. And put the work on the new engine. There you go. That'll be done there, but we'll get another part. 9 days to the next race. Wow, these races are tight. They're close together. What's crucial for the next race? Brakes and suspension and the new engine. We can maybe pull some of these out as they hit 80%, possibly. Something like that. I think there's a lot of races. I think there's like 17 races or something like that. It doesn't scroll, so there's that many. However many that is. 15? It's 5, 10, 15, 16 races, which is more. We had mostly 10 season races. Oh, right here, 16. We had I think the first season in the European League was 11, and then they voted one out to drop back down to 10. So this is a lot more. So it's going to be a bigger, busier calendar. It's going to be harder to get everything done. There you go. Our sponsors have kicked in. Let's take a look. Well, okay. The only one that we have a chance of hitting the bonus with is maybe Nippon over here, which does have the ×2 bonus in Japan, which is where we're racing next. There's no upfront payment, and really no guarantee we're going to get 10th and above. Now, we got to go Football Manager. Everyone loves Football Manager. Plus, we get our million. I mean, this is giving us a $250,000 per race if we don't do anything else. Football Manager for the memes. I agree. Done. Plus, honestly, it's probably the only one that's going to give us any money because of the upfront payment, and that's going to be it. We'll do some pit crew rotation between videos. We're already 17 minutes over our stream here, despite only doing one race, but we had a lot of prep time, and then the race itself is a lot busier. We skipped freaking qualifying, but there's so much more to do in the race because of the ERS. Whew. I don't know, man. All right. So yes, we're going to wrap it up here. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. Next live stream is going to be on Wednesday. It's going to be some more Civ. And then Saturday, I have no idea what we're going to do on Saturday. Well, I have ideas, but I don't know what it's going to be in the end. So we'll see how it goes. And hopefully next week, when we come back on Monday, hopefully we can squeeze in 2 races per week in here. Although it will be a little bit of a challenge. Thanks a lot, folks. I'm going to see you guys next. Oh, yeah, Real Politics 2. We should probably finish Real Politics 2. I don't think it'll be the whole stream, so we'll do, some of that, something else. We'll see how it goes. Bye-bye. Oh, let's rate a Kiss for Luck. She's probably streaming.